Now, before his death, DJ Warras had obtained 5 protection orders. 5. All against individuals who had allegedly threatened him, people known to the police. These protection orders are now in the hands of investigators.
The painful part about DJ Warras' story is that it is said that he's applied for 5 protection orders. 5! Against the residents of the property that he was trying to protect from people that were hijacking that property. 5, guys. And still you get to be unalived. Do you guys see that? Sometimes it seems like it's futile to open these cases. It's futile to have security guards around you. It doesn't change. If Baobata, they want you down, they literally do anything and everything to get you down. Because tell me, how has this person opened 5 protection orders and was able to be unalived the way he was unalived in the CBD in front of Pamgwabantu, broad daylight? That, if it doesn't worry you, I don't know what more are you looking for. But to me, this screams like, what's going on with our country? We are living, what's going on? Unalivings left, right, and center. Unalivings every second, every minute, hey, guys. And these unalivings, that's the thing. Where is the police? Why is the police not concluding even one? By now, at least someone would have been arrested for the unaliving. Actually, not even one. All those people should have been arrested for the unaliving of witness D who are involved. We have another unaliving, and we have all other small unalivings that happened that we don't get the big coverage as, witness D and about DJ Warras. But,
this local DJ Warras, at some point, you will swear that he knew that was coming for him. And why I'm saying that? Because let's just look at this. Now, in one of his posts, he says that somebody says, we're gonna miss you, Juang. RIP in advance. And then he said that was 29 November. It's been a real fam. Thanks for everything. I hope you have been entertained. Okay. At that moment, hey, guys, I don't know. He posted the following on the 29th of November. Now my name is on exempted. And then laughing. And then somebody commented on his thing and say, done, bro, say your goodbyes. DJ Warras responded and say, hey, I'm hoping to at least enjoy December mfo. Then around Valentine angazige. Oh well. Indeed, he doesn't know, he didn't know. Neither did we know what is going to happen. It's sad as in this country, because a life of a human being is worth absolutely nothing.
I didn't sleep very well, and all of you have, of course, heard the news by now that Warrick Stock, DJ Warras, was brutally murdered in the Johannesburg CBD in South Africa yesterday. I've been trying to process since the news came out. I was contacted by a few people that were very close to Warras and close to myself. And yesterday was just a weird day for me. I haven't accepted what's happened. I think what happens with death all the time is it's unreal. And there's obviously the 5 stages of grief. One of them being denial. I wasn't with him when he was murdered. I'd spoken to Warras maybe a few days ago. So it feels like, no man, I'm sure he'll drop a text and I'll see him like next week. Many people are speculating, of course, around why he was murdered. One of the reasons being that he runs a private security company. And he'd done a lot of great work. Security at stadiums, security at events, security at clubs, private security for individuals, high-profile individuals in the country, and that he was involved in security work, specifically in the Johannesburg CBD. And part of the work may have included the eviction of people, tenants that were not meant to be there because the buildings were hijacked. He'd sit with me on Convo podcast, speaking about some of this work and, you know, the cleaning up of the buildings and the fact that, you know, Johannesburg and many cities in South Africa have been taken over. They are badly run, from plumbing to sewage, infrastructure, potholes. He was tweeting recently, I think, to Herman Mashaba about infrastructure, potholes. I think he even tweeted to Dada Morero, the mayor of Johannesburg, who responded about fixing traffic lights and the like. Some people are speculating that it's because he was outspoken, not just about some of those issues, but about corrupt politicians, about the marriage, which we've been dealing with the whole year, the marriage between real thugs, real criminals, real murderers, the marriage between them and politicians and the police. You know, General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi opened a can of worms is an understatement. And with the Madlanga Commission, the ad hoc committee, your Katie Mulefe, your Ket Matlala and others, there are many speculations around those things. It's heartbreaking. There's CCTV footage. There's stories of a man with dreadlocks and other people. I hope there will be justice. We hope it doesn't become another AKA case where Kenan Forbes and Tibbs were murdered in Durban, Florida Road. But I'm still trying to process. Warras loved South Africa. The guy was a deep, passionate patriot. He was non-racial. He got along with people from all races. He loved his mother. He loved his family. He loved where he came from, Kwapanya, in Vryheid in northern KwaZulu-Natal. He was so energetic, a phenomenal celebrity, an incredible man. But in everything I keep thinking about, I can't stop thinking about his kids. Warras loved his children. Warras absolutely adored his children. I'm just making this video, man. I don't know. I think I'm still processing, and you know, I'm still going to be reading a lot of the articles and the tweets and watching the video clips and the interviews, and I can't stop thinking about his kids and his family. Of course his friends, his kids, bro. It really feels like it's not worth it in this country. Trying to do good, trying to put your hand up where government, the police and others are failing. It looks like you're signing a death warrant.
Chwako was quite correct. We reported about this yesterday, that DJ Warras was indeed, called in to assist with that hijacked building. There are a number of individuals, I understand, who are not paying rental in that building. The owner wants to reclaim the building. So DJ Warras was brought in for those particular purposes. And I understand from some of our very close sources, this included some security measures that he was going to install, including biometrics. So if you don't pay your rent, we can lock you out, right? We have a consistent issue relating to hijacked buildings in the Johannesburg CBD, very well documented.
Shacks erected inside this 4-story building. A flimsy partition, a stench welcomes you as you enter the dilapidated structure. These water puddles stream from a leaking drain. A creche, meant to be a safe place, has compromised the safety of children with electric wires exposed, sparking as a result of illegal connection. Johannesburg Acting Executive Mayor Kenny Kunene says the city is in severe debt as a result of illegal electricity connections from hijacked buildings.
We are calling on all the other private owners of the buildings to come forward. We are declaring war on these illegal buildings, Those that have been hijacked, that have private owners, we want them to come forward. Those that do not have owners, we are going to expropriate as the city so that we can put them in the inventory of the buildings of the city, so that as we embark on this program to revitalize Johannesburg and the surrounding suburbs, then we know which buildings we must target.
Kunene has called for stringent immigration laws in order to curb the scourge of undocumented foreign nationals in the inner city.
We have also gotten illegal immigrants. They have passports, some of them, with the same stamp. The same stamp is on a passport from Tanzania, from Zimbabwe, the same stamp. So it's clear that there's somebody who has got a fraudulent stamp that they use on the passports of these illegal immigrants.
He says undocumented foreign nationals will be deported to their countries of origin, and plans have been put in place to demolish the building.
We will come back, take out South Africans that are here to an alternative shelter and demolish this quarter camp that is in here. Hand over the building to the owner, but also see how do we then assist the owner if they want to renovate the building or if they want to sell the building, so that the syndicates don't hijack the building.
We're here on what we are calling a building that's literally been taken over. And this building used to be the fire station for Johannesburg. 2018, that building was taken over by residents who have moved in. They have just moved in and taken over. I just want to show you a little bit, and we're going to walk upstairs. I want to give you background checks. So you know the water we were talking about earlier, so that was cut off. So there is no water supply at the moment. But instead, what the residents are using now is this emergency pump, and this is an emergency pump that obviously I told you this was a fire station, so they go into the hydrant and that is where they get the water from. So this is where residents get water from. The rest is all illegal connections in terms of the electricity that they get. So let me take you into the building, because I think it's important that you see the conditions that people are living in and how dangerous it is. It's unhygienic. I mean, I can feel, the more I stay here, the more I can breathe in. I don't know what I'm breathing in, but the stench is unbearable. The flies, the animals, I mean, the insects that you've got here, it is not safe for humans to be living like this. And you can just smell sewage. That's the biggest thing that you're feeling. So as you come up out of the courtyard, you come up these stairs, and this is where you find the residents are living. And there are 81 rooms. I can't tell you how many people are actually staying in the rooms, but that is pretty much so the situation of a lot of people that do live here. One of the residents that does stay here, I mean, they were just saying that what the problem is, okay, not necessarily here, but all the drains are blocked. So they have to constantly be pumping the sewage out of the drains, and that's where the problems all sort of come from, because this building's not being serviced. I mean, it's just been left, and that's the reality.
So there's a huge belief at this stage that this indeed was a hit relating to, it's a huge business, Sakina. I understand that the so-called kingpins who run these operations could easily charge about 3,500 to give you a place to stay, which is not yours, and instead of paying rent, either. Indeed, and then you just pay the money over to them, which completely doesn't make sense. Why not just pay the rent? So that is the consistent issue that they're dealing with in the Johannesburg CBD, and you could feel a sense of fear. It was very difficult to speak to anyone who was in that area yesterday, because a fear of they might possibly be attacked for saying anything about a huge issue in the Johannesburg CBD. Why is it so difficult to reclaim these hijacked buildings? They're huge syndicates, we understand, that are operating, or it's a huge business relating to hijacked buildings in the Johannesburg CBD. So that latest statement released by the family at this stage, what we do know is that police are following possible leads relating to the suspects in this particular matter, and we'll wait to see if those identikits will be released by police in the next couple of hours.
When he left the building, about to go to his vehicle, on his arrival outside, there was a guy wearing a dreadlocks. It shot took out the firearm, shot at him. He tried to escape until he fell here where we are standing. And he had his firearm with him. Unfortunately, the people didn't take anything. But from the video footages which we viewed all over the place here, it came clear that there were about 3 people who were involved in the whole thing. But the one who shot him is having dreadlocks on the head, and the one who was with him after he shot, it's somebody wearing something that replicates security uniform. Police are investigating. We managed to get the video footage. The teams, our intelligence, our provincial detectives tracking team are busy tracking and following up where the people might have escaped to or might have been seated.
My fellow South Africans, do you know what saddens me? We still do not know who shot this man, Senzo Meyiwa, who shot him. We all say Kelly Khumalo was involved, which he probably was, but we still don't know who shot him. That's the type of country we live in. We still don't know who shot the Super Mega, aka who assassinated him, who killed him. Why don't we know this? Why don't we know who did it? We still do not know who shot Senzo Meyiwa. We still do not know who shot AKA. And now, we cannot let the government do the same with DJ Warras. Find those guys, use the surveillance and the footage, find those guys. You said it was a short African man with dreadlocks. Find him. And someone wearing uniform, security uniform, find him.
And you know what's the worst part about this DJ Warras situation? It's that those in power, law enforcement, they know. They know who's behind the building hijacking. They know who's running the syndicates. They know the real criminals, the kingpins. They know. They know who they are. But people continue to die. Yesterday, I was watching an interview with the MMC for Public Safety, Mgcini Chwaku, who was explaining that there are 2 main syndicates who run the building hijacking business in the Johannesburg CBD. And I think that those syndicates also operate in Hillbrow. And at some point, he mentioned the Zamazamas as well. I'm not sure if he meant that they are the same people who operate or who are behind the Zamazamas. But it sounded to me like they had profiled these people and they have information on these people. And at some point he even said that crime intelligence should know them. And I was thinking, okay, should know them and then what? Surely it should know them and is arresting them or is doing something about it. But it seems as though, King, do we need another Mkwanazi, someone else to come out and say, hey, here is the big 5 in the building, a hijacking space. And then only then do we arrest them. And then only then do we link them to other crimes and other deaths. Yeah, they also link to that one's unaliving, that one's what, that one. I mean, they know who these guys are. Why is nothing being done to stop them? And you know what's going to happen? They're going to arrest the guy, the man with the dreadlock guy who is the gunman and his 2 co-accused. They will arrest them, they will find them. And because those people are just the Ngabis, they are the hitmen, they were sent to do a job, those guys are not going to tell them who sent them. In fact, they'd be lucky. I don't even think that those guys were not even sent by the head of the syndicate. They were sent by someone at the bottom. They don't even know who the real head of the syndicate is. Those guys are going to go to prison, as hitmen always do, and the syndicates will continue to run. Do you see Marakhoro, we're in a mess? But my point is, Warras didn't have to die because they know, the cops know exactly who the players in this space are. Why they don't move in and do something, I don't know.